Everyone knows that Pokemon Pokopia is an amazing game and there's so many secrets to discover. So in this video, we're going to be discussing 10 different secrets that you should go on and do inside of the areas. Now, this video is going to contain spoilers, so if you're okay with that, let's get straight into it. Now, starting everything off, as soon as you start off your adventure, you'll realize that you end up on this great little plateau. But then if you look on over to the left, you can definitely see that there's something up there. So as we make our way throughout our town, we're going to find a bunch of different little secrets that make you remind of maybe your previous Pokemon games. Like this Pokemon Center. Doesn't this remind you of the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Pokemon Centers? I think it does. But as we go up to the top of this little cliff, you can definitely notice something's awry. Now, of course, you're probably not going to have Pokemon there just yet, but there is going to be a little wall that you will have to break. Now, this is overall really great, but you can either make your way this way, or you can make your way this way. But first, let's go on this way. Now, you can see that there's definitely a lot of things. You can make sure to add Pokemon if you want to, grow some flowers, or whatever the case may be. You can even have a little area up here to sit down with your Pokemon and have a fun time, if you know what I mean. But as we progress up here, you can see a grave. Now, of course, you won't have this little Litwig here, but if you put a plate and a little berry and a little candle, and there you go! You got yourself a cute little Litwig, which is honestly really awesome. Now I'm gonna just let you in a little secret here. Every single waterfall, or every single water that comes out of a wall for some reason, is usually a secret, so it can be accessible at some point. So as you see here, you can get a whole bunch of copper if you go inside of this little waterfall, and there's definitely a bunch of different waterfalls that you can go into, or little water sprouts that come out of the wall. So if you go to your other secondary little area that you essentially have on your main planet, or should we say main town, you have essentially another town that you can build. And I would essentially call this the power plant, but you could call it whatever you want to call it. Now, as you see here, you can see a little grate that looks like, there might be something behind there. And let me tell you, there's something behind there. But if you make your way on over, by passing the first little entrance that you either created, you can see this little stack of blocks. Now, of course, by using your powers, you can smash on right through it, and it'll lead to some sort of dungeon-looking thing. Now, this is essentially like your unknowns. You will be able to find unknowns in this game, which is really cool. So if you try to access it, well, you get yourself some mysterious slates that is essentially correlated to your adventures. So have fun finding things out there. But if you look back, you can even see another little secret passage. Now this is really awesome. It does lead to another one of those gates that you unfortunately cannot break, but it's an awesome little dungeon. But moving over to another thing that you might find very interesting. Now, any cliff that you see, you can make your way up. So in case you saw behind this little town, you can see that, oh wait, there's a massive cliff. Well, you can either choose to build your way up there, or you can break through the soil, but my favorite method to get up wherever I want to get up is in fact by just climbing. All you need to do is climb to the top. It's kind of like a parkour game, and boom, all of a sudden, you're at the top of the cliff, feeling really great about yourself that you made it to the complete top. But what exactly can you do up here, you might be asking? Well, it turns out that there's this secret little city. I told you this game was completely filled with secrets all over the place. Maybe past games, present games, or even future games. Now, of course, once you're up here, you can feel free to explore to your heart's content. But don't go too far, because it kind of acts like the Lost Woods. Telling you, you cannot go any farther. Now moving over to the next secret that you might find really interesting. Well, this isn't the secret, but I thought I'd show you. A beautiful little picnic table. Once again, you can just sit down, get yourself a cup of coffee, And there you go, you can have a fun relaxing time up on the picnic benches, or you can create this on however you want. If you wanted to put Pokemon up here, well, you can put Pokemon up. Now, essentially, this is a little farm. If you're ever running low on food, well, then there you go. You can come up here and get that as well. Now, this is my stone pillar that I decided to make for some reason. Now, moving back over to the town square, right behind the Pokemon Center, if you have that built, well, you can make your way over to this little hole in the wall. Now, I don't believe it's going to be a hole for you. Just smash down this wall and you'll end up at something really remarkable, if you know what I mean. But you can make your way over, you'll see a whole bunch of glowing mushrooms and moss, and you can make yourself a nice little Pokemon habitat. You can break some of these, keep making your way over. And remember how I said waterfalls are really good. They're a really good secret. Well, you can go inside the waterfall and you can find yourself some more of this Pokemon ore. So if you ever needed some, well, go ahead and break this up. Now, I haven't broken it up yet because, of course, I'm making this video. But if you wanted to, you can also go around the corner here. Now, this is going to be not smashed up, so go ahead and smash it. And all of a sudden, you're inside of this little hole in the ground. But this is where it's really interesting because you can get yourself a Pokeball, which is Pokemon Ingot. So I don't know if you got that already, but hey, you could go ahead and get that now, and boom, all of a sudden you got something very interesting out of your adventure. Now, by going left from the Pokemon Center, you can definitely see a lot of things. Now, if you've explored this area, you know what this area is entailed for. But there's definitely other things that you can see. Like this beautiful little flower garden that you can actually make Pokemon spawn here if you wanted to. This essentially acts like an area if you add more flowers and you furnish the entire place. But overall, that definitely works. These little houses also can act as either you could get yourself a message from the humans to finally figure out what happened. But what I really wanted to look at is actually, if you keep on going, you can see that there is little rocks that might not lead into much, but let me tell you, let me assure you, they do. You also have a little cavern there that you can make other Pokemon from other regions grow here. But if you make your way up here using the vine or whatever, you can see another note. You can pick up the note, and this is just a human diary entry. If you want to, you can read that. But overall, it's really cool. And if you needed lumber, well, perfect idea to grab some lumber here and get going. If you wanted to, you can bring yourself a Charmander, and you can make him blow up this torch, which is definitely a really cool feature. But also, if you make your way past this, you can get yourself a little Pokeball, which gives you a community box, which is really cool. Overall, I found this area to be definitely really interesting. You can even look up and you can see that there's vines there. Now, unfortunately, there's not really anything up there, but overall, it definitely is still really cool. Now, as you see here, you could probably see that there's a bridge off in the distance by now. For those of you who've probably explored that, well, you know that it's definitely really cool. But if you haven't explored that bridge, you can go across it. You can go across it. So essentially anything you can see that's not just blocks, you can go to it. And this is definitely a really cool thing. And I'm probably going to be making this into sort of a series of different secrets that you can find throughout the different places. But overall, here you can just make yourself a bridge, or you can hop across the water. It doesn't really matter. And this will lead to a secondary spot. Now, I'm going to be making a whole secret video on this place, so consider hit the like button, maybe subscribing if you are new. But this is definitely a very interesting thing. Now, it says that you need more knowledge, but you don't need more knowledge. You can go over there if you wanted to. But for now, let's just turn back and go off to our secret hunting adventure time. Now, this is a little bit less of a secret, but this is something that the game doesn't really tell you. If you go inside the shop and you realize, okay, so I wanted to get rid of a house, or I want to remove it. Well, in fact, you can just get some demolitions or some relocated kit. The relocating kit, essentially what it sounds, you can relocate the entire house. If you want to demolish the building that you made, well, then you could go ahead and do that as well. There definitely is a whole lot of really cool and unique things that you can do here, and your Pokemon will, of course, come here and talk to you. Like, look at this Pidgey. The Pidgey wants the browsing machine, so overall, it's definitely a really cool thing. So overall, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Pokemon Pokopia has a lot to offer, a lot to explore, a lot of secrets? Or do you think I've completely missed the mark? We did not see that many secrets. Like I told you, waterfalls are definitely a very key part inside this experience. But yeah, it definitely is really interesting. So you might not have noticed. Now, it's not a very big secret like into the actual world, but I mean, technically, if you go over here, you could change your appearance, which is really cool, but that's not what I want to show. But in fact, did you know that you could play this game with mouse controls? Now, I don't know if you've been using mouse controls a lot, but you can play this game with mouse controls, which is definitely very cool and very unique. So if you wanted to, it makes it definitely really easy to pick up something, or if you wanted to, you can, change your bricks or whatever. It makes it really easy to just aim. Oh, I want to destroy this. Boom, I destroy that. I destroy that. So if you're ever planning to build a house, I guess it makes it a lot easier to actually build that house. But one more thing that I wanted to show is, in fact, a little gift that you could get. If you are playing the game right now, well, guess what? You can get yourself this item, and it completely is really, really cool. So if you check this little Pokemon Center, you can go into Get Item. You could go to Receive Mystery Gifts. You can click on Mystery Gift. You can via the internet, and then you'll see yourself a cute little diddle carpet. So overall, I found that really cool. But overall, what are your thoughts on Pokemon Pokopia so far? Do you think that it's a really, do you think it's a really cool game? Are you liking it, or do you think it's not for me? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed. With that being said, see you in the next one.